Hello y'all, and welcome to YoungFolkKnits. My name is Casey, and if you're new here, this is a channel where I like to share all about my love of fiber arts. Today I'm really focusing on one project. I would like to cast on and knit the Maxine hot water bottle cover. So stick around and we'll see what we can get done. I don't know about y'all, but I think Colorwork is so much fun. I think sometimes it can be a little bit of a hassle, that is true, but most of the time I think it's so rewarding. It creates such a lovely texture that really truly is something special to look at, to wear, and to knit. Being totally honest though, I really prefer there to only be 2 colors per row, but we can make work what we have to. One project I have really been wanting to make is the Maxine hot water bottle cover. It's like a sweater for your hot water bottle. Yarn lovers unite. We all need this, especially if you have cold feet. I personally suffer from chronically cold feet. It is now fall. It's about to be winter. Cue the numb toes season. So I think that I need a cover for my hot water bottle, and I'm going to start putting it in the foot of the bed so that when I go to sleep at night, I can use it to warm my little tootsies up. So lately I've been using an app that Danny from Black Mountain Yarn Shop put me onto, and what is it even called? It's called Knit Companion. First things first, I need to go ahead and download my pattern into the app. Done and done. Now I need to start a project. Let's see, what should I name this project? I think I'm gonna name it Hot Stuff Maxine Edition. Wait. Maxine Snuggle Sack. Okay. So this is a pattern by Laura Penrose, and I like it because you have 2 versions. One you can use 6 different colors, and one you can use 3 different colors. So with this pattern, you cast on Judy's Magic Cast On. You start from the bottom, work your way up, and you're knitting in the round. You're using US 6 or 4mm needles. But first, let me show you what yarn I'm going to use. You may know that I am an affiliate for Ruby and Rose's yarn, and Addie has a launch coming this week, October the 12th. It's amazing. So she let me pick out a few colors, and she sent them to me on the Rustic Rose DK base. It is 100% non-superwash merino 4-ply, 246 yards, 100 grams. So I picked out 4 different colors. All right, first up, we've got Sangria. It's like the perfect wine tone. Okay, next up, we've got Typewriter, which I think this is from a Taylor Swift collection, possibly. I might be making that up. Then we have Candelion, which is like the most beautiful mauve color. And last but not least, Writer's Block. I think these are just gonna look so good together. I'm a huge non-superwash fan. I like superwash fine, but this just feels, this is like the softest yarn I have ever touched. There's 0 itch at all. Now it is a wool, so if you have a wool sensitivity, that might be different than itch, but this is like silk. It is so soft, not itchy at all. It's very plump and very bouncy. I don't know if you can see that, but I mean, it is just like the spring on this. It's absolutely lovely. And I can't believe how saturated this non-superwash is. Now, One thing I will have to be careful about is washing this. Because it is non-superwash, I can't throw it in the washing machine. If I do, it will felt it, which could be a decision, you know, it could be a conscious choice, but you would have to knit your original project way bigger than what is called for. So that's not my plan. Instead, I'm just going to be very careful, and I think that will work out really well. If you are interested in this yarn, it's going to be released along with some other stunning colors on October the 12th, and you can use the code YoungFolk for $5 off of your order. Thank you so much for letting me work with you, Addie. As I mentioned, Judy's Magic Cast On. I need to cast on and work my way up. So I believe that what I will use is this ChiaoGoo long needle for the cast on and working the original few rows, because you're basically working magic loop when you do that. And then I'm going to switch to this, ooh, is this 16 inch or is this 20 inch? Anyway, this is a US 6 needle, and I will work in the round using this Addie needle. My only question at this point is, do I want to do the 3 colors and just switch out one color every now and again to do these 4, or do I want to add in 2 colors that I have found in my knitting cabinet? So I do have these 2 lovely DK yarns. They are both a superwash merino. This one is from Simply Stella, and it is the color Anne, as in Anne of Green Gables. It's a really fun, rusty orange color. And then I also have this beautiful green, which is from Craft Me Not Yarn Co. And it is a 100% superwash merino DK as well, in the color Olive Juice. Time to wind up my yarn and get busy with a Judy's Magic Cast On.
Nobody knows me like you do. You just read my mind. Nobody gets me except for you, like we're intertwined. Seasons come and go. Universe will change, but I'll feel the same. Thought that you should know. Even if my eyes are closed, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Nobody sees me like you do. You just make me smile, and I wanna hold you all the time. 'Cause all I do is love
Okay,
you. I
the
can't get enough
hot water
of
bottle cover has been cast on. Here she is, good old Maxine. And I have tried it on this every few seconds. You can see I've made a lot of progress. Every round I stop and try it on. I realized I forgot to show y'all my hot water bottle. So this is a real rubber hot water bottle. Very inexpensive. I think I bought it at, where did I get this from? I may have bought it on Amazon, either there or the drugstore. It has a lid that screws in, and everything on it is really soft and floppy except for this portion right here inside of the rubber. It is plastic, and it's hard plastic, so it kind of keeps it from leaking by keeping it shaped well. So we're cooking with gas. I'm off to the races, and I'm gonna see how long it takes me to knit this beauty. Just wanted to do a quick check-in. It is day 2. I did cast on yesterday, and I cast on in the afternoon. I didn't get a ton of progress done because it was one of my busy days yesterday, but I will show you where I'm at now. Here I am. Y'all, I love it. I think it's looking really good. One of my kids asked me why I was making a shirt for my hot water bottle. I was like, because I like to accessorize all my accessories. So I last minute changed my mind and decided to do the 6-color chart. But I'm doing it with 5 colors because I found this in my scrap bin, and I don't really know what it is. I think I could figure it out if I looked back at all my projects, but I have zero clue as to what this is. It looks like a DK weight. It could be anywhere from a DK to worsted, but I think it's DK. It looks like a superwash hand-dyed yarn. I've added that in, like right here and right here, and I think it gives a nice little accent pop of color. I finally made it to Sangria, which makes me deliriously happy. I really hope I can finish the Colorwork chart tonight. There's only 48 rows of Colorwork, and then the rest is either increasing at the bottom around the curve of your hot water bottle, or at the top, you know, you're back in the solid color, decreasing around the top of your hot water bottle. Then you are just doing ribbing, which is like the neck of your sweater, but for the hot water bottle. I don't know that I can finish the ribbing tonight, but my goal is to at least finish the Colorwork because I'm for sure over halfway through. All right, talk soon.
Filled up my lungs with ecstasy. I can't believe we were so young, maybe 20-something. We were living in a fantasy. I knew right from the start you were the other half of my heart. Ooh, half of my heart.
excited because I have a completed hot water bottle cover. All I need to do now is to bind off. And I was trying to decide what bind off I wanted to do. It needs to be stretchy because this is going to open up big enough for this to fit inside of. So definitely don't want to do a tight bind off. And I think that a regular just bind off and pattern would be a little bit too snug for this possibly. Now the good thing is you can do this and stick it in there, but it's rubber and it's gonna grip, and I think it'd be easier if I can just very stretchy open it up and stick it in. I'm gonna do a tubular bind off just because it's very stretchy and quick and easy because there's not that many stitches. If there were a lot of stitches, I'd be like, we'll do something else. But I think a tubular bind off is gonna work well. I really enjoyed the color work, but since this is not a sweater, I think I'm going to, instead of soaking it and blocking it, which would take quite a while, and I may end up doing that eventually, but I think for now I'm just going to go ahead and steam it. And if you notice, if I lay this over the top here, the hot water bottle is a little bit bigger, just tiny bit. I mean, it's practically the same size, but the hot water bottle is just maybe a tiny bit bigger, which I think is perfect because this is going to grow whenever it is blocked. I think a little bit of stretch will help the color work to look really nice. Also, since this is never going to be inside out, I'm so excited because I'm not going to weave in any of my ends. I'm just going to go through and tie knots between the different strands of yarn and call it a day. The only end I'm going to weave in is my bind off end from the tubular bind off, and I will weave that in on the right side of my fabric because it will be folded over at all times. So this will become the right side of my fabric. Yes, I'm very happy with how all of that turned out. I cannot wait. I am going to bind off. I'm going to steam block this, and then I'm going to put it on my, actually what I may do is put it on my hot water bottle and then steam it because it's rubber. I mean, it's going to be fine. It's meant to hold hot water. So I think that will work out just fine, and it will be at the perfect shape it needs to be when I steam it. All right, let's bind off.
The other half of my heart. Ooh, half of my heart. Oh. I could spend every single day staring into your beautiful blue. Every single day, every single hour. We're growing older together now, but I still feel the other half of my heart. Wanna be so the other half of my heart. Wanna be so yeah, yeah. Wanna be so you make me wanna be something more. Oh, You are the other half of my heart. Ooh, the other half of my heart. Ooh, you are the other half of my heart. Ooh, yeah, the other half of my heart. You make me wanna be something more. Wanna be something more.
All right, y'all, we have a finished Maxine hot water bottle cover. I am so excited. As a little recap, I did use DK weight yarn, and I used 6 colors because on this row right here, I used a color for just this one row, but I did that at night and it was dark and I couldn't really see what I was doing. So if I could go back and do that over, I would do this row that I did in this green color. I would replace it with this, and I think it would give all of it a really nice cohesive look. But overall, I'm very pleased with it. If this was a sweater that I was going to be wearing, I would go back and duplicate stitch that row with the Sangria color. But this is for my hot water bottle. It's already dressed better than I am. I'm not going to go back and duplicate stitch. I did end up choosing to do a 2x2 rib for the collar, and for the bind off I did a 2x2 tubular sewn bind off. I will link that in the description because a lot of times whenever you're doing 2x2 rib for a tubular bind off, the pattern instructions will have you rearrange your stitches almost like a cable stitch so that it is turned into 1x1 rib, and then you do the normal tubular sewn bind off. However, I do not do that. I follow the instructions for a sewn bind off without rearranging the stitches, and I think it always turns out really nicely. So I will link that in the description. There's an instructional video that I watched way back when that I have used those set of instructions ever since. I do have it memorized, but I think it's an absolutely wonderful video. I think that my floats actually looked really good too from the inside whenever I was tying off all my ends. I was really pleased with my colorwork tension. I guess I wasn't too stressed out while I was knitting this. I do tend to be a very loose colorwork knitter, so I'm very pleased that the tension worked out perfectly, that non-superwash woolly bounce. Hopefully this won't pill too much. It's so soft, and it doesn't even feel, there's just zero itch to it whatsoever. It's absolutely next to skin, beautifully soft. And sometimes when things are really soft like that, they do have a tendency to pill, and that's just because of the nature of soft, short merino hair or wool. And that's just the way it is with any merino. So we'll see. I think this will be okay, and it'll be easy to just depill. I do that with a lot of my knits if they show a little bit of wear. So far it looks great though. There's a tiny halo, which I love. I'm so happy I finally got this done. I watched Rosemary and Thyme, and it's a British campy, corny mystery show from 2003. That's when it started, and very sadly, it only has 3 seasons, which is causing me to be slightly despondent. But it's very light. It is so silly, and I love it, like in the best way. The music is classic British 2000s mystery music, and it's about these 2 friends, Laura, Thyme, and then Rosemary. I don't know what her last name is, but anyway, they get together and have a gardening, landscaping business, and so hence they call each other Rosemary and Thyme. while they are gardening and landscaping. However, they are solving crime. There is carnage and chaos at every garden they go to. Dead bodies just littered about. And so they have to solve all of the crimes while they dig holes in the dirt and plant beautiful flowers. So if that sounds like you might enjoy it, I have been thoroughly enjoying it. I'm on season 2 and it got me through some colorwork knitting. All right, y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoy videos like this, make sure and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future video content. Don't forget you can find me on Instagram at YoungFolk.Knits and on Ravelry at YoungFolkKnits. Make sure and sign up for my newsletter because this coming week, we've got some great interviews starting from Andrea Mowry, Rebecca Clow, Melissa from Sonder Yarn Co. Lots of different fun creators are going to be joining me on the website. So I will link that newsletter in my description. Make sure you sign up so you don't miss anything. And I also want to throw up here the winner of a free pattern from my last video, which talked all about brand new textured knitting patterns that had been recently released. I hope you all have a wonderful week of making, and until next time, happy knitting, y'all.